Afternoon, evening, morning, guys. We're just not far away from starting here. Sorry about the delay. This is the first round bracket match between BuzzThunder and Dustminion. Yeah, we're looking for expecting a good match here. Following the tournament, bracket flags have a few changes. We'll explain them as they go. And yeah, you can join me and my commentator, the Crazy Dude.
Hello there. And already we got a pretty, looking like we got a little bit of a free World 7, starting with the Pipe Maze.
Gonna go ahead and play this Piranha stage. This Piranha stage always in this location. It'll be quite a tricky level first up, with no power-ups. Handle it very well, and they're going to pick up a hammer for their troubles.
Early hammers aren't bad, but you don't want to end up with too many by the end. Last night, in the late race, we ended up having like 7 hammers between both of our racers in the first race.
Yeah. So for those who've been watching the group stage, in the group stage, the hammers gave the ability to break boulders and locks. In the bracket stage, the hammers will only be able to break boulders, so they are considerably less useful than they are earlier in the tournament. Thunder finishing up the Navy stage first. A little bit swifter movement there.
That's not too far behind, though. And it'll be interesting to see if this breaks the lock near the castle. Buzz going to check. And indeed it does, but they will have to play an additional fort. And it is World 8 fort.
Indeed, looks like they're getting plenty of World 8 stages out the way already.
Be interesting to see if Buzz gets the 1 cycle here.
Navigates the first room well. Takes a hit with the roto disc.
Ooh, just misses it.
And he's just too late. Usually, I think if you transition from, say, Fire Mario to normal Mario, 1 hit, you can usually make the 1 cycle. But if you go from Super Mario just to Mario, usually those damage frames are just long enough to stop you from getting the 1 cycle.
Dustminion opted to check the power-up in the 1 room before Boom Boom, and it's a star, so he'll be able to get the quick kill and maybe catch up a little.
Get your orbs out in chat.
Ooh, and a Jugum
cloud flicking up a cloud.
Yeah, the Jugum is real handy to have early on.
Arguably, the cloud is probably the most useful, possibly the most useful item in the game, considering it's the stages it can allow you to skip. He's going to be facing off against Ludwig here, and he's a high jumper, and he's got him twice.
Ooh, that hurts.
Let's see if Dustminion handles him any better. No, he's not going to take any chances. He's getting a 3rd power-up. He also takes a hit.
Oh, single hit!
Buzz takes care of him, no problem this time. Dustminion with a slight lead, heading on to our 2nd world. Yeah, guys, get your guesses out for the 2nd world in chat.
I'm thinking World 2.
I'm gonna say 5.
6. Is it going to be one of those reverse world orders that some people love to clamor for?
That's only a 1 in 120 chance.
I've heard it happen before, though. Why not happen again?
Both, in the donut for BuzzThunder, using the flutter of the leaf to save himself there. He didn't have enough momentum at first to make it up. Three pipes there. Dustminion gonna take on the Sledge Brothers, and then presumably check where the pipes lead.
Do we have a free World 6? No, we don't!
Oh, Dustminion is gonna go back and use his hammer. Buzz is meanwhile playing the 1/6 beta stage with plenty of fire present.
Ooh, that leads him further along, and looking like we have
getting a couple of stage skip there.
Yeah, only has to deal with 4-4, I believe.
A 4-4 can be a pretty tricky stage to avoid taking a hit. Dustminion doing well so far, but gets sniped at the end.
Meanwhile, BuzzThunder breezing right through the 1/6 beta.
He's going to stop at the Toad House. He's going to pick up an item for. He gets a leaf. That's a pretty decent one.
I like this play because it's tourney flags right now. Yeah, bracket flags. Items are at a pure minimum premium because you can't be getting the card game right now.
Yeah, no end card game really is a game changer. Buzz picking up a cloud from the Hammer Brothers.
Ooh, Starman in that power-up box. Chance for the quick kill on Dust's side.
A very skillfully negotiated double Fire Brothers fight from Buzz. He avoids without taking a hit. As it stands, it looks like Dustminion has a couple of stage lead. Buzz has a hammer in hand, and I'm not sure, but maybe an extra cloud as well.
And we have another beta stage. I can't remember which one this is, but I know it's a World 5 beta.
Yeah, something maybe like, 5-7? It's generally not too difficult a stage, but I find it actually quite surprisingly difficult, even though all you have to do is just run right.
And we're already on to the airship.
At the World 5 airship. Dustminion checked his inventory. He has just one cloud. Buzz has 2. So, so even though a couple of stage lead for Dustminion, this race is still very close.
We'll see if that comes into play way later on in the seed, but for now, Dust taking some hits, but is able to take him down.
Let me go the distance there. Was that a 5-hitter?
Someone in chat saying yes.
Meanwhile, having a second go at the fourth one. Usually, if you can P-speed it, it's nice, but if you're small Mario, you don't want to take that chance, and this is a very tricky enemy situation here.
Yeah,
those hotfoots.
Yeah, those hotfoots are not helping BuzzThunder's cause, but he's able to get through. Let's see if he gets his star kill on Boom Boom here.
Minion, meanwhile, in World 1 fort. Looks like he's not going to be able to go for the item up top.
Well, considering this is World 1 fort, the top path indicates that this fort isn't particularly required, but because it has to break a lock, I believe, it cannot build a bridge.
Indeed. So it's definitely not a mandatory fort, but sometimes it can still be advisory to break the lock anyway, because it can shorten the length of the world. And actually, in this case, it might do just that, depending on where this where this pipe leads. Is that a thread we have? Well, not quite actually, considering this I guess will build a bridge, but it's close enough. We have the Sky Fort here.
Yeah, I imagine Dustminion is gonna go check the pipe first before crossing the bridge.
Meanwhile, getting to the end of the World 5, he's going to face off against Lemmy. Paradox pipe, he's going to...
That's not bad, all things considered.
Not bad, but he's going to have to face 2 stages, whereas he could have played 1 stage and played a pipe to get straight to the end of World 5. Let's see what maybe Buzz will play this a little bit differently.
Well, maybe he was just thinking, he's already here, I don't want to go down, I don't want to go up the tower again.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, now that he's done it, it's definitely not wise to go back. What you sometimes will see runners do is they'll sometimes take an intentional death in the paradox pipe, so they can see the layout of the sky, and then make the decision.
Opting for a fire bro. Let's see how this goes. A P-wing, not bad.
That's pretty good. His inventory is pretty bare at the moment, so he's trying to bulk that up.
Opting to play this one instead of using the cloud. Not a bad strategy.
I guess we're still pretty early in the game. We're still in World 3. I guess he's only got the 1 cloud. He's hoping to save it for something nasty like 7-5 or Atlantis.
Dust now dealing with the World 1 airship.
Picking up his power-up, he's going to face off against Roy.
Roy looking like our boy with all those hits. Looks like another fiber.
Yeah, Roy went on the distance, had a bit of a strange hitbox there, but Dustminion gets through.
Ooh,
Buzz,
unfortunate there on Buzz.
Yeah, he violated the golden rule of Skyfall, which is just to always keep moving.
There once was a toad from Nantucket? Well, don't keep us in suspense. Keep going. Getting a music box from the letter, but that's pretty superfluous now that we've already done World 7.
Yeah, it could still maybe be of use. Perhaps in World 4 you have plenty of Hammer Brothers. You might wanna just not play them if that appears late in the game.
And we get the pyramid on Dust's side. Looking at the map layout, looking like Buzz wouldn't even have to play one... Oh, wait, yeah, right. He wouldn't have to play a stage on the ground, but he would still have to play a stage up in the sky. He would have to face off against the Hammer Brother. Buzz deciding what he wants to do.
He's just gonna go for it. He was debating there with himself.
And we got a Hammer Brother suit, too, it looks like, from the last Toad House.
That's going to come in pretty useful if he can keep it in the final level in Bowser's Castle.
Ah, the ever classic 1-1 now with Angry Sun.
Buzz using his cloud. He's actually double clouding here. and then saving his progress with a pipe. That's a pretty smart move.
Yeah, that's pretty clever. So he'll be able to catch up a little.
Minion's going to have another pipe check here. And it must be the last pipe that leads to Wendy's airship. He's going to go play the fort, and it's the Navy. One of those levels that, without the tail, it's pretty apt for P-speed strats, but it's doesn't quite work with the tail. Can short work of it anyway.
One, 2 now on Dust's side, as Buzz enters World 3.
Dustminion making short work of 1-2. No real issues there. Pretty gentle enemy set. We're going to see here if this if there's going to be another lock required.
Oh, there
There
is. So, and we know where it is. It's right there.
And Buzz, oh wow, Buzz making quick work of the pyramid stage with the tail, but Dustminion also having the tail in Fort Knox. That's gonna come in very helpful.
And soon Dust will be on his way to take on the Wendy. Hey chat, I got a question. How many Baconators today?
Minion picking up another hammer from the Hammer Brothers. That could come in useful in World 2. Buzz matching him there.
Alright, here we go. We have 1. We have 2. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, that's a side salad.
Must have went to McDonald's today.
She needs to learn a thing from, from Roy. Roy and Lemmy. Those guys have been working out. Thundermin taking a different path towards the pipe. He's gonna get 4-5 instead of 1-2. Probably a pretty similar length stage, and if there's no fire or boss bass, it's fairly straightforward. I was deciding to go for the 5-up.
Dust taking an unintentional hit there, it looks like, as he was trying to go for the fast strats in 6F1.
Stopping to get a mushroom there. He's gonna check this item box. It is a star.
That means quick kill time.
Yeah, that's a third quick kill already. I was finding out the bad news is going to have to go play the extra fort, but the good news is that he's entering Fort Knox equipped with a tail.
Speaking of forts, Dust is probably going to have to play an extra one, but I believe he still has a cloud. And he now has another thanks to all these hand stages. So it's not. It's no contest on what to do here. Ooh, that was a nasty screen there with all the lag that was going on.
That's quite typical for 6-4, but Dust doing pretty well to avoid those enemies.
And now we got super tanks on Dust's side. It should be pretty straightforward.
Super tanks generally pretty much considered easier than the regular tank stage.
If that's the case, that's kind of odd, if you ask me.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Bowser wanted to kind of lure you into a full sense of security before you took him on in the vanilla game.
Oof. Sledge Bros with water on the ground. That's tricky. But Dust gets it. Ooh. It's a free world too with Dust using that hammer there. Very nice.
That's nice. That's going to allow him to skip a couple of stages. I'm sure Buzz will use the same. Dustminion taking on the World 3 airship. Meanwhile, picking up a star, he's going to get his star kill. Let's see how salty Morton is.
Not that salty.
Yeah.
Ooh, looks like he Dust may have the screen wrap.
Yeah, I think he has it.
Oh, I'm already seeing guesses, for what's next. Someone's saying Grassland.
So it's 1 or 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 4 because that's my favorite. And we get Grassland, so 4 will be last.
And we've got a lock blocking the path at the beginning, so we're gonna have to play a couple of stages right from the off.
Yeah, when we get the quicksand stage right off the bat in World 1.
That Cheep is pretty annoying in this stage. It's actually probably more annoying than a full boss bass, just because it keeps
and there
respawning.
you see it because of the extended stage, and it came back to get him.
But you'd be probably pretty glad to avoid the 3 flowers there. Yeah. Oh, and now we have 6-6. Is Dust going to play it? No.
He has clouds, so he can choose to.
And this is why you save them. Exactly this sort of level.
Opting to go for the fort, and I can't blame
fort.
him. That'll break the lock.
This
so,
is an interesting... Yeah.
And he probably
but
doesn't
it's
want
the
to
same
lose
as
progress
playing
either.
a stage. Now that he's gone for the fort, he's committed to it. He can't... He has to finish it.
Yeah, but I like this play.
He's taking it easy. He does not want to have to do 6-6. Just opted not to go for the damage boost. He's going to have to negotiate a bit of a pressure boom boom.
He was kind of left with no choice there.
Gets it. He can breathe a sigh of relief.
Because as you can see there, it breaks the lock. I have to imagine it was purely for insurance, and he's opting to play this level? He could go, he could go back. Oh,
yeah,
oh right.
He could go
He
around,
used the cloud. Yeah, he just used the cloud. I see now.
Oh, indeed, yeah, of course, yeah. Interesting to see what Buzz does here. Whether he'll play the fort or go for the panel 3.
And we see
got 4-2 with Boss Bass, but just one. And Boss Bass and Baby Bass. To notably the only level in the game which allows for a kind of Boss Bass, a double Boss Bass, or a Boss Bass Baby Bass, or like a Boss Bass Angry Sun combination.
Looking like BuzzThunder is opting to play.
He's going for. I'm not. Does Buzz still have a cloud left? I haven't really. This takes a death. If he has a cloud, that might not be too bad.
It does not look like he does. Oh wait, yes he does, but he uses the frog suit right there.
He's also going to play the fort.
Again, probably to just as insurance in case something goes horribly awry.
Meanwhile, in the World 6 airship. Not going to try for the clip. Taking the bottom route.
When the stakes are this high, you kind of can't go for clips unless you know you can get them.
Indeed.
Unless, of course, you're playing something like 7-1. Then it's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, 7-1 is such a nasty stage that you can spend ages getting the clip, and it's still worth it.
Ooh, that was quite the needle thread there on Buzz.
He's taking a similar strategy to Dust here, not willingly taking the damage boost, and he
manages to get through cleanly.
Now we've got World 4 left. World 4 can be very quick, but it can also be pretty long.
Let's see how free Big Island is. Gotta play a couple stages, and looks like we're gonna be getting another cloud to maybe go through another. And it looked like from the letter it was an anchor, so we have a wild card in play.
That's interesting. For those who don't know, the anchor is set to a random item in the game. Can be any item, except I believe it's except the hammer. Dust with a couple of clouds there, so he's gonna.
And I like that play there by Dust, going in and promptly exiting the same way, just to keep progress.
At this stage, the last thing you want is a silly death and having to replay a stage. He's going to get a hammer. He can use that right here.
Yeah, that's not the worst place to get one, actually. And we have the flooded fort. AKA 3F2.
3F2, one of the probably easier levels to speedrun. Head to the right and keep pressing A.
Yeah, it's super free, especially when you have a frog suit.
Thunder, meanwhile, making his way through 3-7. Plenty of patuis and nippers, but he's done that pretty well. He didn't even take a hit.
Dust now checking the pipe, and it's like you said. Well, it's like Chet said, that at least one castle is required, and this happened to be the one that built the bridge.
In World 4, you always need to that bridge to the that last bridge always needs to be built. So you always have to play at least one fort. He got roughly a one world lead for Dustminion. He's very much in the driving seat here.
Well, there's still World 8, and with all the pipes it has, it could still prove to be a challenge. Meanwhile, we have Iggy. Haven't seen any heavy. Never mind. There's our heavy billing.
He's a Thiggy this time.
Looked like 4 hits, maybe 3. And we are now on to World 8 at about the 30-minute mark. So, I want guesses. How many bridges is it going to take?
I'm gonna say 0.
Ooh, you think this is free?
I have a very strong feeling.
Well, it won't be
The
4.
lock right there, yeah.
I'm gonna say 2. No lock on this screen.
No lock, so yeah, 0 looking pretty unlikely.
Well, there could be a lock in the dark maze.
Yeah, needs to be 3 there. Dustminion not going for door 3. He's going to go for door 6, taking it safe.
Nothing to it. -1. Get out of here with that guess. No, please don't leave. Opting to check this pipe. Leads you just... Oh, he was probably looking back for information to see if that broke the lock there.
Now he's through, so he's probably just gonna go ahead and maybe play these forts.
This could be another one of those chain reactions, it feels like.
Dust is probably hoping that first lock doesn't break.
There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3 one more time. Bye-bye, Boom Boom. It did not break the lock on the screen, so it did something somewhere else. So that's one piece of the puzzle, perhaps.
He's gonna have to get through this, and this is actually a regular stage, but he hasn't.
Yeah, he doesn't have to play this one.
He hasn't, but I think he has no choice.
And this is the World 3 beta. Can't remember this one.
This is kind of like World 3, or maybe like a sort of like a 5-3 beta. It can be a pretty nasty stage depending on the enemy set, but Dustminion gets through it despite not having a power-up. That's pretty well done.
Let's see what these pipes do. This one goes to the dark maze. Finds a hand stage. Finds another and
There's
gets
a couple
grabbed.
of hands there.
Saying no immediately. Trying the other pipe now. See if that goes anywhere. Oh, it goes to the dead end.
It links to this.
Yeah.
It's just while he's here.
Meanwhile, Buzz has caught up a little and is now entering World 8.
Yeah, these hands could become quite an interesting factor. Let's see if Dustminion keeps getting pulled in.
Okay, World 2-4 did not break the lock on the first screen. So,
Oh, it's
still
all about
looking for the
finding
piece
a
of the
path.
puzzle.
Yeah. Ooh.
Meanwhile,
He's
Dust
gonna
is...
hope that this leads to Bowser.
Yeah, and maybe if there's no bridges. No, it leads to another part of the Dark Maze.
And
But he
by
finds another
elimination,
pipe.
this has to be it.
But how many bridges is still the question. One bridge, and it's already been built!
And he can use his cloud.
Wow! Dust is is ready to go.
He tried to use his anchor. The anchor was actually a cloud as well. Unfortunately, you can't cloud Bowser's castle.
Wow, I like the 4D chess play on Dust's side. Using a P-Wing and a Tanuki.
Gets the everyman clip.
Is he gonna opt for the quick clip into here? He's gonna opt for bottom path, it looks like.
Yeah, looks like he's going down.
Oh, he can try for the clip again. No, he's not gonna. One laser. A fire flower.
That could come in handy. Can he keep it through the fireballs here?
Ooh, bad news for Buzz. He finds the one fort that broke the lock on the first screen.
Oh, that is This is gonna try. Oh, he loses.
Well, this buys Buzz a little bit of time, but it might be set in stone.
Dustminion's gonna have to beat Bowser the old-fashioned way. Takes a hit there with the fireball. He's gonna have to be a little bit careful.
Oh. Meanwhile, I hadn't noticed before, but it looked like we got another star kill on a Boom Boom from Buzz.
Wow, that's all four then. And Dustminion is just got to go through the door, and he's taken the first game of this best of 3.
Yeah, very impressive. It felt close all the way through though, and that's really nice.
Yeah,
but in the meantime, for game 1, we can tell you that Dustminion has won this race with an official time of 37 minutes 59 seconds.
GG's out in chat for Dustminion. The runner really doing much wrong. I can't recall Dust there, if at all. Buzz has been grabbed by a hand stage. It's 5-3. He's going to play it.
Yeah, this isn't a terrible stage normally. Because everyone loves the boot, right?
Yeah, the boot is fun. It's pretty long though, and I think this is even just. I think this is just even a dead end.
BuzzThunder gets through it. He is not ready to give up quite yet, and I honestly can't blame him because these runners are all great, and you gotta applaud their efforts.
Absolutely. Yeah, we want to see him finish, but he sees the disappointing sight of the bridge needing to be built.
Be curious to know which one needed to be which place needed to be destroyed in order for the bridge to be built.
I think Buzz is finally realizing he's going to have to cross a hand stage, and he does it without getting caught.
Meanwhile, Buzz is handling World 2 Fort pretty nicely. Got through the bottom part of the first screen. Gets through the top part of screen 1 okay. Got a rogue hotfoot at the start of this second screen, though.
That's quite annoying. That stops you making the big P-speed jump.
Opted for top path, which that's pretty slick when you can pull it off.
Hey, not damage boosting, keeping his fire flower. He's gonna defeat Boom Boom easily. He's gonna go back and whether this fort has done the trick. And gets grabbed by a hand.
And it's one of the betas.
1-5 beta. Is he going to play? Yeah, he is. Why not?
Yeah, at this part, he knows he's been beat, but again, you don't want to see these people quit.
Well, you want to see what they can do, and yeah, both these guys top runners. Actually, coming into the knockout stage, the higher seed, he's the number 13 seed, and Dustminion the number 20 seed. Both having pretty tough groups. BuzzThunder actually went 5-1, which included a split with last year's winner, Macobra 52. So he's a pretty serious player.
How ironic. We get the last hand stage here right in front of Bowser.
Yeah. All hands.
It's like it's like one of my favorite co-coms likes to say, LOZ Cards fan, and I know he'll dig this. Pardon for using it, but order of operations, let's go.
Thunder's going to see if he can find good value for his hammer suit here.
Is he going to go for
he's
the
going
clip?
top path.
Not going to opt for the clip. 1 fireball, 2 fireballs. Ooh. That was just that was just plain unlucky there.
That was very tough. He's going to also have to beat Bowser the old-fashioned way.
So while we have time, while this race is winding down, we're just getting started because, well, after this race concludes with Buzz, we're going to have one more, at least another race to do after this. And it'll be interesting to see if Buzz can make a comeback or if Dust can close this out. And there you go. Bowser is down the pit on Buzz's side. So please, ladies and gentlemen, others, get your GGs out in the chat because BuzzThunder is about to finish his race. And he does so, finishing in second place with an official time of 44:44. 4444.
He gets all the fours. Very well played by Buzz. Solid race. I think just a couple of maybe... yeah, he didn't do all that much wrong. He maybe a couple of better cloud usages from Dustminion possibly helped. But really, it just didn't come down to much. A little bit better movement through the levels. But Buzz is definitely capable of pulling this back.
Yeah, it looked like the difference here was purely execution and maybe a little luck. Not too much, but just enough to turn the tide.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think Buzz maybe took a death to Ludwig early on, but really, other than that, yeah, it was just kind of movement through the levels really. F2, death for Buzz as well. The fine margins we're dealing with at this stage of the tournament.
Anyway, with that said, I think we're going to go ahead and take a small break here while we set up for game number 2. So feel free to take the time to get up, stretch, top off your beverage, get a snack, and we'll be back with game number 2 right after this. Stay tuned.